Hey everybody, welcome to my plant-based kitchen. Can't wait for you guys to come inside. Let's get busy. Hey guys, welcome back to Kimberly's Plant-Based Kitchen. This is part 2 for our inflammation series. We're doing all foods that are good for inflammation. Today we're doing a basil spinach pesto with zoodles. We're going to do some nice cherry tomatoes on top, some olives, some black sesame seeds. It's going to be amazing and delicious and very good and anti-inflammatory. So let's get started, guys. We got all our veggies nice and clean. We're going to spiralize these a little bit later so we can turn them into our zoodle noodles. And we're going to get our pesto ready now. So we're going to do about 1 cup of basil, and then we're going to do 1 cup of spinach. And I'm just going to trim the ends of the basil just a little bit so we don't get so much stem in there. Let me get my scissors. So yes, our first episode was amazing, all about anti-inflammatory foods and what's good for you. And of course, you don't want to be eating anything that is going to cause inflammation, like alcohol or processed foods. Sugar is a big one. So the less sugar, alcohol, that type of stuff, the better. Processed foods. And, you know, with COVID and all this stuff going on, we hope that everyone is really taking their health into consideration and really just thinking about implementing some new healthy recipes into their diet. And this is the perfect way to do it. You still get delicious food, but it's also really healthy for you. Okay, so we're going to put those in there. And we're going to throw in our walnuts. This is like a 1 food processor type of thing. We're going to do our oil slowly, our olive oil. But let's throw in a 1/2 cup of the walnuts. So yes, we're using walnuts. These are excellent. We did a lot of walnuts in our last episode. So these ones are just a little bit more. These are excellent for inflammation. Great snack. Great for pesto. And let's just add the rest of this in there also. All our little leaves in there. And this pesto you can eat room temperature. We're going to warm it up in the skillet today. We're going to actually cook our zoodles a little bit and mix our pesto in, so it's going to be a nice warm dish. And we have some of our Parmesan that we made with our walnuts from our first episode of the inflammation series. So we're going to definitely use some of that in our pesto today. All right, and let's throw this stuff in the trash. This is a super easy dish that you can cook up on a weeknight, super fast and easy. The family should really enjoy it. We're going to use just a squeeze of lemon. So maybe like about 2 tablespoons, 1 to 2 tablespoons. I don't like to use a lot of lemon because at the end we're going to top it with some olives, some capers. So with all that going on, you don't need a lot with the lemon juice, but it does kind of make everything just kind of pop. So you do want to add some. Let's add a few teaspoons of our Parmesan. Yum. And of course, we got to put some garlic in there. Wouldn't be pesto without it. So we're going to put 3 cloves of garlic in here. And a little sea salt and some black pepper too. So let's get our garlic cloves in here. Got 2 here. Yummy. So yeah, anytime you don't want to do the regular pasta or you're not into the gluten-free pasta, because not everybody is, but if you need to stay away from gluten, then just get you a zucchini, yellow, green, and make you some zoodles with it. It's really, really good. You don't have to worry about any gluten, of course. And it's filling, but it just feels light. It's not like a heavy meal. It really feels good to eat it. Okay, so a little salt and a little cracked pepper. So most of our ingredients that are going to add a lot of flavor are going to be put on after our pesto is done and our noodles. The toppings that we're going to put on. So a little cracked pepper. Okay, and we're going to grind this down, and then we're going to add some of our olive oil. Let's grab our top. Okay. And you're just going to stop this and see if you need to scrape down your sides a little bit. Yummy, looks amazing. It's going to be so good. Alrighty. And that looks, one more little spin. We got a couple of big pieces in there. Alright, see what this looks like. Perfect. Now let's drizzle in some of our olive oil. I have some basil olive oil here. I'm going to use some of that, and if this is all gone because we only got a little bit left, we'll use some of our regular extra virgin olive oil. We're going to turn this on, and then we're going to take this off so we can drizzle in. Definitely need some more. We're going to use like about 2/3 cup of olive oil. So we got our extra virgin. Yummy. Let's scrape these sides down. And we'll add a little more olive oil. It's going to be so good. And then we'll check for seasoning, see if we need any salt or anything. And remember, you're slowly drizzling this in. And we talked about olive oil in the first, this is perfect, in the first inflammation series, and we talked about our episode, and we talked about how healthy it also is for inflammation. So definitely make sure you get a good quality olive oil. Let's just taste this, see what we need. Good. Another little squeeze of lemon. We do need that. Okay. And another little sprinkling of salt. Alrighty. And this we can just stir in here. And this is going to be perfect. We're going to let this sit. And we're going to get our zoodles together. So let me just get my little zoodle machine. And we'll be right back, guys. Hey guys, we're back. We are going to do our zoodles. We got our little zoodle machine here. And this is on your equipment list. So make sure you download your equipment list. If you don't have one of these at home, you can get it on Amazon. I think it was like 19 bucks, 20 bucks. Something super reasonable. I'm just trimming my zucchini on the ends. Just cutting off that so it'll fit perfectly into my little zoodle machine. I mean, when I found out about zoodles, this was like the best thing ever, especially when I first went plant-based or started eating more plant-based food. And I was trying to stay away from gluten. So this was like perfect for me because at that time, they didn't have the Banza pasta. So all the pastas were like really nasty and crunchy and disgusting. So I just kind of stuck with the different types of zucchini to make the zoodles. You can even use the butternut squash and make them. It's really tasty. So I like this one too because it actually locks down on your countertop. So then it's not moving all over the place. And the countertop is clean, so we're just going to let our zoodles fall on there. But see, now it's locked. So now it's not going to move. So that's like amazing. And you're not moving all over the place and not having control over your little machine here. So it's super easy. It comes with a bunch of different sizes of the little grates. So you can put, this is 3 millimeter that I'm going to use. But they have bigger sizes. They have 5 millimeter, and then they have a smaller size too. So you could even make like some really thin spaghettini type zucchini. I like the medium size. It's like perfect. Okay, and you're just basically going to put a little pressure. And the more pressure you put, then it stays together and it makes like the nice little rings. Okay? Because if not, it will kind of break up, which is fine. But if you want to have your nice little rings, just push a little bit as you wind. But it's super quick. It's super easy. And these cook really fast. This doesn't take a long time at all in the skillet. Alright, so when you're done, you just pull that off and you're going to discard this. This is the middle of your zucchini. And then you have some nice spiral zucchini. You have your noodles. Okay, you guys, I'm going to do the rest of these. And then I'm going to show you guys how to put this in the skillet, mix it up with your pesto, and top it. We'll be right back. Okay guys, we're back. We have all our zoodles already here. These are going to be some of our toppings that we're going to use. We're going to use some capers, some sun-dried tomatoes. We're going to use some black sesame seeds and a little bit of olives here. And I think that's all. And we're going to also slice up some little small cherry tomatoes also. So this is going to be like a garden of goodness. Let's take this over. We're going to use a little bit of our avocado oil. I like to cook, especially if I'm using a pan over high heat. I'm going to use the avocado oil. It just works better and you don't have to worry about it turning into something that's not good for you. So we're going to use the avocado oil with our zoodles, and we're going to add our basil to that. So let's bring this over here. Let's turn on our fire. Mark 1. Alright. This is going to be over like a medium-high heat. So not super high, but not really low either. And we don't need a lot of oil because remember, our pesto has enough oil in it. So we just want enough to toss our zucchini just a little bit. And then we're going to add our pesto. I'm just going to grind this up just a little bit because it's settled, so the oil has come to the top. Okay. And as your pesto sits, it will turn a little bit of a darker green, and that's okay. So the lemon juice will kind of help with that too. Alrighty, so let's just set this over here so we're ready. Give that a good rinsing. And we're going to put this pesto right there. You know, if you guys are familiar with pestos, but I really wasn't before trying more plant-based foods. I really, truly wasn't. I don't even know if I had any before, but once I had it, I was hooked. So I'm pretty sure you guys will love this, and you will probably also be hooked. So let's grab a spoon here so we can stir this up. Heat our pan up here, and we're just going to let this pan heat up just a little bit more. And this is super fast, you guys. Zucchini cooks really fast, so you do not have to leave this in there for a long time. You just want it to heat all the way through. So maybe like about 5 to 8 minutes. It's not going to take a long time, especially if you allow your pan to heat up and you get it nice and hot. Throw your zoodles in there, and then we're going to throw in our basil pesto, and it's going to be super fast, and we're going to be ready to plate everything up. So let's just check our pan again, and it's getting there. We'll just turn this up just a little bit more, just so it goes a little faster here. Okay. Yep, it's feeling good. So this is definitely a quick meal, like I said before. It's not going to take you long, especially during the week. You're going to cook this up really fast, maybe 30 minutes for everything. Prepping your veggies, getting your zoodles spiralized up, putting your pesto together, It really shouldn't take any longer than 30 minutes, guys. Let's check this out. Should be ready. All right, yeah, you hear that sizzle? And if these get too long, you can just break them up or take your handy dandy little kitchen shears and cut them. But we're going to use all of these. And we're not going to miss out on anything over here. Let's get all of these in there. And like I said, this doesn't take long, so you want to make sure that you're stirring it around so that it evenly cooks. All right. See, it's already cooking up at the bottom. Zucchini does not take long. And you don't want your zoodles to be mushy. You want them to still have a nice firmness to them. So don't overcook them. Okay? And our pesto has all the seasoning that we're going to need. All right. Split this just a couple more times. And it's already producing some of its own water, so that's how you know it's cooking. So let's add our pesto so our zoodles don't overcook. Get our rubber spatula. Let's get this yummy pesto in here, because this is going to be done. No time at all, you guys. It's fast and quick. We'll be sitting down for dinner before you know it. Okay. Stir that up nicely. And we just want to heat this all the way through. Yummy. And I don't really want to put a top on because I don't want it to steam and get my zoodles all mushy. So just give it a couple of minutes just to heat up thoroughly. Looks so good. All right, guys, we're gonna let that cook up just a little bit longer. I'm gonna get some plates out. We're gonna plate this up, put our toppings on, and show you how it's gonna look in the end. Thanks, guys. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, let's plate up our zoodles and our yummy pesto. This looks so amazing. And like I said, you can use some kitchen shears and cut your zoodles down if they get a little long. Yum, this looks so good, you guys. And we're gonna make it look even better with all the yumminess we're gonna top this with. So if you are a pesto fan and you were worried that you weren't gonna be able to have any because of the Parmesan cheese, no worries, because now you have an amazing recipe. And our first inflammation series that we did, our episode, you can get the recipe for the Parmesan cheese. Okay, so we got our plate of zoodles here, looking amazing. We're gonna top it with some of these fresh tomatoes. Yum, so good. Use those yellow ones. We're gonna use the orange ones over here, because we're going to put some of those sun-dried tomatoes on here too. So this is going to be so pretty and delicious. So let's just put in some of these lovely sun-dried tomatoes. I love sun-dried tomatoes. These you can also eat on anything. Anti-inflammatory. These are good on salads and sandwiches. You can put these on the frittata that we made in one of our episodes. These things are good on anything. Okay. We got our tomatoes. And we're going to take a couple of our olives. And we're just going to slice these in half. Now this is where you don't have to worry about any saltiness, because you're going to get all of that with your olives and your capers. Okay, so just a couple over here. Yeah, and this is going to be so good. That looks amazing. Just for a little color. Let's add that red one in there. That looks good. And now we're going to sprinkle this with some capers. Our lemon juice, the capers, olives. Come on, you guys. This is like so good. Step out of the box. Try something new. Get you some capers and some olives. And we're just going to top this off with some black sesame seeds. And you'll be able to dig in, you guys. Yummy. So good. We got our basil pesto over zoodles. Go download this recipe, get to the grocery store, and get to cooking. You will really, really enjoy this one. I know you will. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace and blessings.